Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Talkin Wrasslin podcast with your host, the macho-loving, cornet-carny, little munchkin Daddy Val, and the Jacksonville wrestling fan, whose favorite wrestlers, of course, are forever and always will be the Young Bucks, Lyssie Val. Together, these two give a retrospective of the week in the professional wrestling world throughout all promotions across the world. So let's jump into this week's episode. Oh my God!
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Talkin Wrasslin, where we talk wrestling, like it was said in the intro. I'm Lyssie. I'm hosting this week, and I'm joined here with my co-host for this week, which is Dylan. Say hello to the people, Dylan.
Hello to the people.
Good.
Why do you sound AI generated?
I don't know.
This whole episode is going to be done in AI?
No, absolutely not. Anyway, we got some stuff to talk about. Not like a lot, surprisingly, just actually now from looking at this.
Yeah,
that
we got All In to talk about.
Yeah, we already been talking about All In.
That's the main event.
We literally just finished watching it 7 minutes ago.
We did.
It's Saturday or Sunday. It's Sunday as we're recording this. And you know, work schedules conflicting, so of course, like, we're just recording this immediately after All In. So basically, aside from that, we're also going to be talking about some stuff that happened in the wrestling verse, the wrestling news, as we typically usually do. A few things from Raw, like very few things from Raw. We'll be talking about a couple things on Dynamite. We'll be giving predictions for the Bash in Berlin, and then also All In, and the Wrestler of the Week that you didn't write down.
I didn't write that down, I forgot. I came unorganized.
But aside from that, we'll just do a quick little summary of our week this week. So Dylan, start off. Tell everybody, how was your week?
Wow, I'm tired. Tiring. Work. Did a whole lot of nothing. And then I went shopping yesterday. Nothing exciting. It was mostly clothes shopping. I got a Bruno Sammartino figure, though, the other day. So that was cool. But yeah, next week's week of Dylan will be more exciting because I'm going to a Phillies game this week. So.
Well, that's so rude of you to, like, completely miss over a big old part of this week. So I guess I'll just talk about it since you didn't want to talk about all the fun stuff we did this week.
Oh, also happy birthday, Lyssie.
Yes, thank you. We went to dinner for my birthday with my dad. And we went to, again, I think I might have talked about it last week. But we went to a, like, little pizza place that also has, like, pastries and such. It's one of my favorite places. And got some pastries, got some pizza. It was delicious and fun. My dad gave me my birthday present, which was a rice cooker. Very excited about that. I got to get rice so I can make some rice dishes. Because it's pretty easy to, like, make rice stuff, especially with the one he got me. It's like a top of the line rice cooker. So it's pretty easy of just toss in and go type of thing. And I mean, you make rice and you just add a bunch of stuff to it, and then there you go. There's some dishes.
Damn right.
Like, I could, if I really wanted to, could cook up some chicken while the rice is being made, and then bada bing, bada boom, just toss that in the rice. And that's easy peasy. Get some frozen veggies, heat those up, bada bing, bada boom, toss some sauce on that. Could make some sticky rice, make a little filling, bada bing, bada boom, got some onigiri rice balls.
Yeah?
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I'm kind of excited about that.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, aside from that, myself included, was just a lot of work. But I did spend some money, a decent pretty penny, if you will, on tickets for Dynamite that's coming around our area in, I think, like 2 weeks, give or take. I think it's like 2 weeks.
No, it's
3 weeks.
It's like a month almost.
Not almost a month. It's less than a month.
It's like a month.
Like 3 weeks, maybe.
Yeah,
3 weeks.
We have like a couple of.
But soon nonetheless. Which is exciting. I got floor seats. Which again is why it was a little more expensive. Not that, like, I could have gotten regular seats. That were arguably, much, much cheaper. But I really liked sitting on the floor for Collision. Like, I thought the floor seats were really nice. And, you know, at the very least, like, I'm never going to be able to afford a pay-per-view floor seat. That's not going to happen. So a floor seats for Dynamite, I feel like, are good. It'll be fun. You're not even saying anything. You're not even excited. You don't even care. I spent so much money.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
You're not happy. You're not excited. You're not thrilled.
The merch stand's gonna be a nightmare. So.
We're not getting merch.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be
I will actively advocate for not getting merch.
Because it's gonna be a nightmare there. Because the fucking
unless it's like not crazy busy. I don't know how many tickets have sold. Realistically speaking.
I don't know.
So I don't know how filled out our arena is actually gonna be. Because last time when we were at our arena, the merch stand was insane. But also, in fairness, it was sold out. The arena was sold out.
That is true.
So, if I feel like the best
it wasn't bad at Collision.
Yeah, the best course of action, realistically speaking, is when we get in there, if the merch stand looks ridiculous, we're not even bothering.
Yeah.
But if it looks like tolerable and decent, then like, sure, yeah, fine.
If they have it in the same spot, it's gonna be bad.
Well, doesn't our arena usually have multiple merch stands?
That's what I've been saying, but they didn't even have it last time.
That's true. Yeah, so it probably won't. But nonetheless, got some tickets for Dynamite, so that'll be exciting. We are very close. We're third row.
Light the fuse. Here we go. Dynamite.
So we're even closer than we were for Collision.
You're gonna see me on TV.
Maybe. You're able to see you on TV for Collision. You couldn't see me though because I'm short.
Yeah.
And people in front of me were taller, which didn't like obstruct my view. It was just because of like the way that the cameras were, you couldn't really see me. But that's fine. I don't really care.
I hope people wear deodorant.
I'm not one of those people that goes to wrestling shows to be seen. I'm there to have a fun time. And honestly, like the tickets weren't that much more.
Man, say that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Fucking start a discourse. Fucking people getting pissed off.
The tickets weren't that much more expensive for Dynamite than they were for Collision. They were definitely a little bit more expensive, and of course Ticketmaster fees are the most ridiculous thing about it. Like, for example, like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the ticket fees from Ticketmaster added an extra $100.
They probably did.
Like,
about right.
but if I do the math of just the ticket prices itself, it is not what I paid. Like, that is not the same amount of money that I paid. So I'm pretty sure the Ticketmaster fees added on, like, at least an additional, like, $100, which is fucking ridiculous. But once I got the tickets, the 4 tickets at a really good price for Collision, I'm like, man, I really want to go to a Dynamite now and get floor seats. So it is what it is, you know. I'll make more money again. Paychecks will come back again, and things will be fine.
Things will happen.
Yeah, things will happen. Things will be fine. I'm just very excited. So, with that being said, I don't really think there's too much more to talk about that happened this week. What are you doing?
I was pulling up a screenshot for the next thing.
Well, I didn't even read the next thing.
Oh.
Because I don't even know what you wrote.
Just swipe up.
Oh, it was...
Yeah.
Okay, the next thing we're going to be talking about is Dory Funk Jr. wrestled.
Yes.
And you said just swipe up?
Yeah, so like...
Here, you know what? You go to it. I don't know how to
Okay.
use Apple products. Thank you.
There you go.
So I'm going to read this. This is a post from Dirt Sheet Radio on Facebook. And it states, at today's FMWE event, Dory Funk Jr. teamed up with... Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
I'm going to butcher the name too, so...
Nishimaru. I believe that is correct.
Close enough.
Osamu Nishimura to defeat Atsushi Unita.
Yes.
And Raijini Yaguchi, I believe, in an exploding barbed wire death match. This was to commemorate both 1 year passing of Terry Funk and the 15th anniversary of... 50th, sorry.
Not 15th.
As I was reading that, I'm like, that's incorrect. The 50th anniversary of Onita as a wrestler. Dory did this match at 83 years old, making him one of the oldest competitors. Nishimoru is also battling cancer once again and had to sign a waiver to take part in this match as well. Wild times. A video of the event will air September 1st.
Yeah, so we talked about this on like a couple of episodes ago that this match is probably going to be happening. Onita wants to run a show in memory of Terry Funk, and yeah, they did it.
The picture's insane.
Dory Funk came out. I seen a couple of pictures. He came out with a picture of Terry Funk, and then he wore his jacket that they always used to wear back in the day.
Aww.
And yeah, this 83-year-old man competed in an exploding barbed wire death match. Because Onita's fucking crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the funk name of things.
And I don't know where the fuck it's going to air, but I'm going to find footage of this.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out.
FMWE, where do you fucking...
The picture's absolutely fucking insane, though, that was attached to that, though.
Yeah, they're in the middle...
Of an explosion.
Yeah.
So, that's really cool, though. I mean, like, granted, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are just like, these men don't need to be doing this crazy bullshit at their age and yada yada. And it's like, shut the fuck up.
Not in Japan.
First of all, not in Japan.
Just
Second
let it go.
Second of all, if they're signing waivers to do this, that's on them. You know what I mean? Like they obviously are smart enough and know the consequences of going into things like this, and they're just like, yeah, fuck it, no, we're doing it. Like if I collapse and die in this ring, I die in this ring. I don't care. So, just let it happen.
It's the thing of a wrestler.
Yes. Moving on, AEW Grand Slam is official for Australia in February of 2025.
Yeah, if you were watching All In, like we were, they announced this, and that's pretty cool.
Kyle Fletcher main event.
That's pretty
Kyle
cool.
Fletcher main event.
That's pretty cool. So, yeah. I think, is Kyle Fletcher the only, like, Aussie?
Tony Storm. She's from Gold Coast, Australia.
Oh, that's true.
I'm sure there's other Australians there that I'm.
But I guess Grand Slam is technically going to be a pay-per-view.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
It's because it's usually just a free TV show.
Yeah.
So because it's airing on a Saturday, which is Collision, but they usually air pay-per-views on Saturdays sometimes. So I guess it's gonna be pay-per-view. So that's pretty cool, and it's gonna air at like 5 a.m.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to like go in later to work that day.
Well, yeah, the show that they're doing in Japan is airing at like our time, like 1 a.m, I think.
Yeah, I'll stay up for that.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
I'm staying up for that.
We'll figure something out.
But yeah, no, that's really cool, and I'm glad that they're able to like broaden their horizons, and especially with AEW. It's not like a new company anymore, but it's still newer.
They're 5 years old.
They're 5 years old. And within 5 years of starting, the fact that they're able to, like, start going global with their shows, it's really good. It's really cool.
Well, yeah, we got All in London last year and this year, and we got the Wales show this past week. Mm-hmm. And now they're expanding more. And I mean, they're going to Japan now.
They've been to Canada. Yeah, they're going to Japan.
Canada's easy. You just fucking travel up north, go across the border. But
my point is like the fact that within 5 years they've been able to like do this is pretty insane, and honestly just goes to show a lot of the naysayers of being like
the Tony Khan money.
Oh, they're not going to be able to do it. They're crumbling, yada yada yada. Which speaking of, on last week's episode we were talking about how it was interesting how All In 2025 was not going to be at Wembley, and it was going to be in Texas. And we're like, that's really interesting. Why aren't they running Wembley? No, they are. They're running.
No, they didn't announce that it was going to be at Wembley. They just said it's coming to London. I saw a lot of people saying that during All In, that this next thing, they didn't say Wembley.
When I originally saw, okay, so talking about AEW being in Forbidden Door in London next year. Same time as the Wembley show, same time as All In would have been. It's going to be in August, so that's my new pay-per-view, my new birthday pay-per-view. But I could have sworn I saw when people were taking the pictures and uploading them onto the internet that the advertisement for Forbidden Door was on Wembley Stadium. Like there was like LED screens.
It was why they would be promoting it at Wembley Stadium, because they're at Wembley Stadium for this show that they're having right now.
I mean, like the day before is what I'm saying.
Yes, because they are at Wembley Stadium for the show. They're attracting all the people to Wembley Stadium, so they have all those people there posted up at Wembley Stadium.
I mean, fair enough. I don't live in London. I don't know any other stadiums that they have there.
They have the O2 Arena. That's a pretty big arena.
But I think if I would believe, I'm led to believe it's going to be at Wembley.
It's probably going to be at Wembley.
I'm leaning to believe that, so we're just going to run with that until further notice. But then they also announced that in 2026, All In will be back at Wembley.
Yeah, All In.
So that, like, again, to me, that's just like, I think Forbidden Door is going to be at Wembley. I think it will, and they're just flip-flopping the pay-per-views, so that, like, London crowd can, like, you know, see, like, a Forbidden Door and get, like, New Japan talent and whatnot over there. But it wouldn't make sense to me as to going to another stadium for a year unless there was, like, some sort of scheduling conflict. Like, if already for 2025 next year, somebody already took that time slot from them.
Hey, Taylor Swift almost did it this year.
So, yeah. So, I mean, like, it's something like that could have honestly happened. But basically, the moral of the story is they're not going anywhere with Wembley. Even if they're not going to be in Wembley next year, they're going to be there in 2026.
Or they wanted to run... They had to do a stadium show, and they had to think of what they wanted to do for Texas, because that's during baseball season. So I haven't looked at the Texas Rangers schedule yet, but that's probably a week that's probably like a good... To explain baseball terms, there's a stretch sometimes, like remember when the Phillies were out on the West Coast like for 2 weeks?
Sure.
The Texas Rangers are probably like on the West Coast for like 2 weeks, and that's why they're able to run this show at the baseball stadium right now.
Yeah. But that's really cool, and just at least goes to show you that within the next 2 years at the very least, AEW is not fucking going anywhere. So.
No, that's cool. Exciting things happening in wrestling.
Yes. Let's move on to Raw, where CM Punk said that he is the Taylor Swift for men, which is probably one of the most realist things I've ever heard this man say, considering the way that his fans like to act. His fans do pretty much act in the same exact manner as Swifties do.
It was so funny, because he was talking about the friendship bracelet and everything.
Yeah, but that's not what makes it sensical. Friendship bracelets in wrestling are one of my favorite fucking things, and I'm so happy that they've made their way into the wrestling verse. However, Swifties are kind of fucking insane and like to blame all of Taylor Swift's problems on literally everybody else except for her. Who does that sound like? Sounds like our good old pal Phil. And his fans.
Don't dox him, God.
People know his first name.
Yes.
I think Michael Cole said his first name.
Phil, what are you doing?
Phil, what are you doing? I'm at work.
My job.
My job. Oh, man. But yeah, why did you write that down? Why do you want to talk about that?
I just thought it was a funny line in the promo.
That's it?
Yes. There wasn't really much talk about Raw. I feel like I needed to add something to talk about Raw, so there we go.
Not much to talk about Raw. Dog, we got RAW and Dynamite. We don't even have, like, SmackDown. We don't even have Collision or Rampage.
Because
there's not even an NXT thing on here.
We didn't really watch much wrestling this week.
No, I mean, my work schedule's been all over the place.
And football season's back, so it's more important than...
Yeah, oh my gosh.
There's a lot of important things happening.
Yeah, oh my gosh, wait, I didn't even get to talk about that. I got to witness on television.
It's preseason, Lyssie.
Well, I want to talk about things. Am I not allowed to talk about things? God forbid I get into something that you want me to get into, and then I talk about it, and you're like, you're talking about it wrong. No, I'm talking about it the way that I want to talk about it, and that's that the Jags beat the fucking Falcons 31-0.
Just like that Chinese Taipei is fucking beating Florida right now in the Little League World Series. They're crazy.
That's fucking insane, dog.
They got one more inning. They're up 1-0.
That's
like the international teams always do fucking good.
Look,
crazy.
I'm just saying, like, I'm excited to get to watch any football, and look, I might only get to watch my team win in preseason. So let me have what I have. Okay? Y'all got smacked by the Vikings, alright?
We did.
I don't want to hear it, okay? I am allowed to be happy about my team. And we started Trevor. Trevor started in the first quarter. So that was exciting.
Anyway, Pat McAfee is leaving for a few months because of football.
God forbid I talk about anything I want to talk about. God forbid I'm excited and happy about things that I want to be happy about. And Dylan's just like, no, Lyssie, you're wrong.
The most electrifying show on Saturday mornings on ESPN is back, and that is College Game Day, hosted by Pat McAfee, Nick Saban, Kurt Herbstreit. Legends. Absolute legends.
So who's taking Pat's spot?
They signed some guy that used to be in the NFL.
I don't want some guy.
I forget what his name is. Pat. Anyway, Pat will be back. He's literally gone for football season. He'll be back for Netflix.
Yeah, that's fine.
So he can say, "Welcome to fucking Monday Night Raw."
I don't want some guy. Okay, I need names. I need resumes. I need.
Listen,
to
you
hear
don't
their
even
voice.
You're not even employed for them. If anything, you'd rather be employed for the other company.
That's so true, but also, like, I'm just saying, last time Pat McAfee left, we got stuck with, what the fuck was his name?
Oh,
that fucking dude that was there with Michael Cole that no one liked. That Botchamania literally just put up a picture of, like...
The one that got... The IWC got him fired?
Oh, did the IWC get him fired?
Yeah, because they said that he was bad. Kevin Patrick, yeah.
Because
he was so bad.
He was terrible.
He was
bad. Awful. And Botchamania just, like, put up the little not even a picture of him, just like a face, like like the Facebook icon that they'll give you when you don't have a profile picture of one, and it just said generic narrator or generic commentator or something.
He was so bad, though.
He was terrible.
He was fucking bad.
And that's why I'm saying I need to know where this person has been prior to, because I am not having another Kevin Patrick situation. I get it. Pat McAfee has college football obligations, and that's fine and dandy.
He's making bank at ESPN.
That's fine and dandy and whatnot. But, like, I don't know. Who's another wrestler that isn't wrestling that put Big E on commentary? Honestly,
I'm surprised they haven't, like,
just put him on there for the temporary time. Like, he can do it.
I'm surprised. Maybe it's also a Big E thing where he's like, I don't want to be, like, a part of, like, certain things or whatnot.
I mean, I guess, and I respect that if that is his wish.
I'm surprised they haven't.
My water.
Again, I don't know or anything, but I'm surprised they haven't put him on, like, commentary or had him, like, work like a producer or an agent or whatever. He does the pre-show stuff.
He does pre-show stuff, but, like...
But I'm just surprised it's not, like, he's helping, like, creative with, like, a match or something, or, like, even being on commentary.
Is there no other single solitary fuck in the back that can just talk on commentary? That we have to bring in some dude that I don't know?
On commentary.
No, he can wrestle now.
Bro, imagine...
If CM Punk was still injured, then yeah, but, he's...
Just listen. Hear me out. Imagine, like... another pandemic happens or some shit, so they're short-staffed for the night or whatever. Put CM Punk and Kevin Owens on commentary.
Honestly,
they hate each other, but it'd be funny.
If there's a wrestler that's not booked for the show, just interchange them in commentary. Do you know how funny it would be to have fucking Michael Cole and, like, Chad Gable or Kevin Owens or, like, Sami Zayn or literally, like, anyone just tossed onto fucking commentary? Like, there's gotta be one fucking person.
Michael Cole and Bayley.
Dude, that would be great.
Should be bullying Michael Cole.
I mean, honestly, you could pull someone from SmackDown for Raw.
Put Booker T on commentary.
No, not anything but that. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm giving this dude a hard time. I have no fucking idea who it is. I don't know. Like, maybe he's fine, but, like, I'm so...
You go do commentary, Michael Cole.
I could. Me and Michael Cole would have a great fucking time on commentary.
You'd be better than Luscious Lou.
Probably. I mean, look, okay, if I'm taking in Pat McAfee's role, I don't need to, like, know every single song. Because I'm terrible with knowing wrestling moves names. Like, I will not know them.
You just say, what a maneuver.
Yeah.
Vince didn't fucking know.
But, like, Pat McAfee literally just screams and is like, he's kicking the shit out of him. Oh, my God, this scumbag. I can do that.
Here's the thing. If you know DCW, you know Luscious Lou. Luscious Lou, all he did was scream. But he didn't know any wrestling moves.
No, but you can do it in a good way.
Yeah, that's the thing. Pat does it in a good way.
You could absolutely... Like, like, CM Punk would... Oh, well, I don't know. Michael Cole... Is Michael Cole mean to CM Punk on commentary? But I have to be nice to CM Punk?
Michael Cole's the neutral announcer.
Okay, cool. So he's neutral. So yeah. I could be... Like, imagine CM Punk coming out onto the ring apron or whatever, and he's talking. I could just say some dumb shit. It'd be funny. All right? I would be great. I would be a great... WWE, if you're listening to this, I swear I cannot hold a bias towards another company that I love so much more dearly than yours. I could do a great job, and I think me and Michael Cole would be best friends, frankly.
Lizzie's putting the job application.
Yeah, I'm putting the job application out there. Ghost, do not... Hey, no. Hey. There's no excuse for you to do that. You can't even reach that wall. I mean, technically you can, but not comfortably.
Bro, he's ignoring you.
And that makes me uncomfortable that you're doing that.
He's ignoring you.
Ghost, psst, come here. Come here. Come on. We can use another guest. Bryce isn't here, which is unfortunate, but, you know, you're like the next best thing, I guess.
Let's interview Ghost.
Ghost, what do you think about CM Punk?
Meow.
That's not Ghost. He doesn't know what's going on. What are you doing? Why are you sniffing our stuff? Yeah? Okay. Good talk, buddy. Stop scratching the walls. Anyway, yeah, okay, maybe this new commentator's fine and I'm just giving him a hard time. We'll see. I just don't want another Kevin Patrick situation because I am, and anytime I am forced against my will to watch an episode of Raw, the only saving grace for me right now, like throughout the entire episode, is Pat McAfee. And if he's not there and I'm stuck with some fucking bland-ass, boring-ass bullshit bimbo bitch of a man, I'm gonna be pissed.
Bimbo bitch of a man.
Yeah, there's only a few things on Raw that I really realistically tune into to watch that I enjoy. So, like, you know, once Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley are off the screen at this point, what the fuck else am I gonna be looking forward to?
Drew McIntyre?
Drew McIntyre, sure. Is Sami Zayn on Raw? Or is he on SmackDown?
He's on Raw.
Okay, Sami Zayn.
CM Punk.
Punk comes with Drew, but I'm more excited about Drew.
Seth Rollins.
Seth is out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Seth's out with injury right now, so I'm not counting him.
R-Truth.
But he also comes with the territory.
R-Truth.
I don't know what's going on with him and Miz.
I don't know.
I don't know if they're still friends or not.
No, they're still friends.
So, like, that's 4 things out of a 3-hour show.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, the only thing that's getting me through the whole episode is Pat McAfee and his ridiculous bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on before I get us into an hour-long fucking rant about the potential of a shitty commentator. We're going to talk about Dynamite, which was in Wales. In Wales.
Yeah, in a whale.
In a whale.
In a whale.
It was inside a whale.
Free Willy.
Free. Okay.
You ever see that movie?
No, I
about
don't
a whale.
think so. That I assumed. I assumed from the second you said.
You ever read Moby Dick?
No.
It's about a whale. I hope Bryce clips that one for shorts.
It's about a whale.
Bryce is gonna start clipping our shit for YouTube shorts, and I hope.
I love how Bryce unofficially has become a second editor.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm doing shit for you guys.
Bryce is like, you guys need an intro. Here you go.
Bryce, by the way, you're unpaid, so.
Oh, here. Let me read the text of his pitch offer here.
Oh, great. Okay, so we're talking now. See, last week we complained so much about journalists talking about inside information and ruining everything for everyone, and now you are pulling up text messages about inside information to our podcast.
Yes.
You are no better than that fucking
Dave Meltzer
piece of shit Dax Harwood running
we're
the Cornet
We're allowed
compound.
to give people the scoop here.
Yeah, I know.
So when they see random shorts pop up on our YouTube, they're not like, what the fuck?
They're not going to be like, what the fuck? They're going to be like, oh, they uploaded something.
Yeah, they're going to be happy, though. But so Bryce goes, yo, so recently my shorts I've been uploading to the Tapped Out the Pro Wrestling channel have been gaining so much more traffic than my full featured videos. So I was thinking, I'd be more than happy to listen to the episodes of your guys' podcast, pick pieces and bits out for shorts, and send them to you so you can upload them. Of course, I never ask for a fee, but if you would like that, I'd be more than happy to do it. He knows he's unpaid.
Hold on.
Don't read my messages with him.
I already know what you guys talk about. I just need to not look at the pictures. I'd be more than happy to listen to the episodes of your guys' podcast. Bryce, hey, buddy, you're listening to this podcast right now because we hired you, right? We hired you, right? All right, are you clipping this? Are you clipping this right now? You better be. I swear to God, I better get a link about this being
I'm gonna
a fucking
bury
short.
Bryce in a clip.
Hey, Bryce, what do you mean you'd be more than happy to listen to our podcast? Don't you already listen to us? I thought you were our bestie. What about our Knobles trip, Bryce? Did you lie to us on the Knobles trip? Are we going to Knobles this year, Bryce? These are questions I need answered. All right. Thanks. Anyway, what the fuck were we talking about?
Dynamite in Wales.
Dynamite in Wales.
They made it across the pond.
They made it across the pond. There's a couple things that happened that were fun and interesting and cool and nifty.
It was a pretty decent episode.
Oh my goodness gracious, that's a yawn. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Dynamite Kid versus Jericho.
Dynamite Kid was on Dynamite.
Dynamite Kid was on Dynamite in Wales.
And it was actually a pretty decent match. It was one of Jericho's better moments.
It was one of the bright spots of Jericho's career in AEW in the past year or so.
Yeah, Dynamite Kid looked good. I hope he's all elite.
I would pray at this point.
It was a good match, though.
Solid match. I mean, I don't really have too much to say because it was short. Like it wasn't
short.
like a super
and
long,
I think that's why I enjoyed it.
Drawn out match, but it was good. It was a nice, refreshing thing to watch that had to do with Jericho.
Yeah.
Which is saying something coming out of my mouth, honestly, because anything that has to do with Jericho, I'm so over it. But Dynamite Kid, I can watch any of, if not all of his matches and be satisfied. So including the ones that have piece of shit Chris Jericho in them. Moving on, we're going to talk about Claudio versus Okada, which
really good.
Was very surprised that this match ended in a draw.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why. I'm sure that there's going to be more information coming. Like, I'm expecting an Okada versus Mox match to happen. We didn't get it at All In. Again, we'll be talking about All In, but that ended up not happening.
We got better things at All In.
But I'm expecting something to do with Mox and Okada in the future. Maybe we'll even get, like, a tag match of, like, you know, Jack and Okada versus, like, fucking Claudio and Yuta or something. I think Mox, when he comes back from his vacation, he's going to be feuding with Okada, basically is what I'm saying. But I don't think he's back from his vacation yet. So, but yeah, no, the match itself was really good. I was just not expecting it to end that way, which was kind of surprising.
Yeah.
That was, like, literally not even a thought in my brain, and then the bell rang, and I was like, what happened? I was like, oh, it was a time limit draw.
Okada hasn't lost in AEW.
Nope. Hasn't lost yet. I mean, obviously, his first loss is probably going to be at a pay-per-view to someone else who's taking the belt off of him, clearly. But
yeah.
I don't know if
it's... Or,
like,
the Continental Crown Classic.
Yeah, or that. I don't know if it's going to be Mox. Because Mox rarely loses. But I could see Mox losing to Okada.
Mox has been losing a lot more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot more, like, recently.
Yeah.
But just, you know... good match, though. These two beat the fuck out of each other. Excuse me. And Bryan Danielson got to say fuck on TV.
Yes.
It was bleeped.
He got to say fuck, though. Oh, yeah, because they pre-taped it.
Yeah. He got to say it twice.
From when they aired it for us.
So,
but, yeah.
Before All In, obviously, there was the face-off between Danielson and Swerve and whatnot, and Swerve was saying some shit about pulling science into wrestling and whatnot. And Danielson came running out, and he was like, I'm the best wrestler in the fucking world. I'm the American fucking dragon. And I'm like, oh my god, he got to curse. That's not a good sign. In his retirement fit? In the retirement speech fit? How dare you, Danielson? Like, you're gonna have a Green Day promo package, you're gonna have your retirement fit on, and you're gonna get to say fuck on television? That leads me to believe a retirement is happening, Danielson. But I'm not sure if it did. We'll get into that later. But yeah, no, that was fun.
Yes.
Okay, so we're kind of just speed running this one. That we said last week, this is probably going to be one of our shortest episodes. And I already feel like this is now very short of an episode. I don't even know how long we've been recording for.
32 minutes.
32 minutes, and we're already getting into the Bash of Berlin predictions. Because again, there was not much to talk about at all this week.
Yeah. All In's going to take up a chunk, probably, though.
All In's definitely going to take up a good chunk. But going into Bash at Berlin, we have... when the fuck is this?
The 31st of August.
Okay.
So next Saturday. This upcoming Saturday.
Okay.
Coming up.
We have Gunther versus Randy Orton in a singles match.
For the World Heavyweight Championship. What does it say? For the World Heavyweight Championship, if Orton wins the championship, he will be transferred to Raw and Gunther will be transferred to SmackDown. Makes sense. Because Orton's a SmackDown guy.
Yeah.
And Gunther's that makes sense, at least. Gunther's winning.
Oh, yeah, no. Gunther's not losing.
They're literally just doing this match because of the fuck-up that happened in the King of the Ring thing.
Yeah, no. Gunther's 100% winning this match. It'll be a good match.
Yeah.
We got Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens, singles match for the undisputed WWE Championship. Of course, Cody's winning this. He's not losing to Kevin Owens.
Cody, so I guess we are going to talk about SmackDown just a little bit here because I saw this on Twitter. So I'm going through what I saw on Twitter. I'm digging what they're doing with this. So the whole thing is like, oh, come on, you know Kevin Owens' history. He turns on all of his friends. And they showed like a video package of like him turning on all of his friends. And then he came out and he was like, all of them deserved it except Kofi Kingston. Which is very funny. And then they had a tag match. It was Cody and Kevin versus A-Town Down Under. And then at the end of the match, Kevin had the belt and it looked like he was about to clock Cody with it, but he gave it to Cody and like ran past him to go like attack Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. So they're kind of building into will he or won't he? I think he's eventually going to.
I don't think he's going to.
I think Orton might. Because I think this is leading to Cody versus Orton.
Orton will. I don't think Kevin Owens is going to turn on Cody.
Yeah. But Cody's winning.
Yeah, Cody's still winning.
Cody's winning.
We got a mixed tag team match. Thank goodness. The Terror Twins, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, versus the Judgment Day's Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan.
The Terror Twins, Rhea Ripley's going to hit a Riptide on Dom.
Yeah. Honestly, this I could see going either way because I could see Dom and Liv cheating to win. Because I feel like right already this storyline between the Judgment Day and the Terror Twins is just starting. And I feel like if Damian and Rhea already win, now granted this is gonna eventually lead to like Damian versus Balor, probably another Rhea versus Liv match.
Yeah. For
Rhea to get the belt back. But I feel like if they win already in this feud, like that kind of makes Judgment Day not look as like serious. And even if Judgment Day wins via cheating, like I feel like if they lose clean to the Terror Twins, they don't look as much of a threat. Whereas if they cheat to win or they're like sneaky with their wins or whatever, then they're proven not necessarily as a threat, but they're gonna just be harder to beat, and you have to like out-trick the trickster type of bullshit.
Okay, but who's taking the pin in this? Rhea, Damian, it's gonna be Dom. That's why Dom's in this fucking match. Dom takes the pin. He can get pinned. He can lose every single night. It won't hurt him.
I get that. No, I get that, but I don't know. I don't know who would take the pin, honestly. But again, I feel like if Judgment Day wins, it's gonna be a cheap way of winning. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter who takes the pin because like
I just think the Terror Twins are winning.
If Dom knocks out Damian with Liv's belt and then pins Damian, that doesn't make Damian look weak. He just got clocked in the face with a belt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I think Judgment Day's winning, and they're gonna win in a shiesty way.
Yeah, I just think Damian and Rhea are gonna win.
But I mean, either way is fine. I would just kind of rather Judgment Day to win over because I feel like we have more to build in this feud, and if Damian and Rhea beat them already, then it's just kind of like, okay, well, cool, I guess. I don't know. I feel like there's more to come.
There's gotta be reasons they beat Dom. Boom. Okay. But then Rhea has a win over Rhea. Liv. So there's the title match, and then Damian and Finn have unfinished business. So boom, we're good.
I mean, I could see that. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We got CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a strap match, and we're not talking about like a belt. We're talking about like a strap on. They're gonna peg each other in this match.
Stop being gay,
dude. Have you watched this feud?
Oh yeah,
this feud is fucking gay.
We haven't watched the recent episode of Botchamania, but it's
There's a new episode of Botchamania?
Yeah, I meant to tell you, but the thumbnail is a My Chemical Romance 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge album cover, and it's Punk and Drew.
Dude, the Jack Perry Taco Bell thing's gonna be in that episode.
Probably.
Why didn't you tell me?
Well, we're gonna watch it after this.
Good.
Because we still gotta watch that AEW All In thing, which we can talk about in the next episode.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Punk's winning this match because they'll be 1-1. They're gonna have the blow off in a Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood. And it's a strap match. It's not a match where you get pinned or submitted, which is kind of dumb. It's you have to hit the 4 corners. So Punk's going to win without pinning Drew. He probably won't get the bracelet. That will be in the Hell in a Cell match. He gets the bracelet. I think Punk wins this feud. Drew already got the win over Punk that he needed. Now Punk beats him, and then he beats Drew in the Hell in a Cell match, because I think that's the whole reason why they were building bad blood around them.
I kind of want to say I see Drew winning this match, and Punk wins when it means the most. Like, I think Punk's going to win at Hell in the Cell only because he finishes the feud on top. Like, Drew keeps this going, and Punk is just kind of like, all right, that's it. You, me, Hell in a Cell once and for all. We're going to see who could actually fucking survive. And then Punk wins when it means the most. So I think Drew's winning this. And, you know, keeping the bracelet and whatnot just to keep Punk chasing him type thing. Just to keep Punk pursuing him. And then Punk wins the Hell in a Cell match, and then hopefully Seth Rollins is okay by then, and then we move on to CM Punk and Seth. So, That's what I think, personally. But I could also see what you're saying. I could see Punk winning this as well. I'm just leaning a little bit more towards Drew. And then finally, we have the Unholy Union versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill for the Women's Tag Team Championships. I have no idea what's going on with this feud at all.
I think the Unholy Union win, and this leads to Jade and Bianca turning on each other.
Sure, that sounds about right. Which I kind of hope. Not that I don't like Jade and Bianca and
I don't know what's going on. I don't care about this story. I just think that's what's gonna happen.
I will say again, look, they're on SmackDown, right?
Yeah.
I haven't been paying much attention to SmackDown because of work. So I've only really been seeing what's going on the internet and whatnot. I don't know. I don't want to say I think that WWE's fumbled Jade, because I do think that Jade is great, but I haven't been as interested or as invested as what's going on with Jade as I have been in the past. And I don't know if it's just because she's stuck in the tag division right now, which I also get, because she is still newer into wrestling and she's still newer into the WWE style. So it makes sense to have her be in a tag team to help her learn the ropes a little bit more before she's on her own, but still be able to put her on the television screen. But I don't know. I think I would just enjoy Jade a lot more as a single star, and she just has her own aura, and she doesn't really need anyone else to but I get it technically standpoint. So, I don't know. That's just a little side comment that I have. I haven't really been as interested as what's going on with her recently. So after that match with I think it was Jade and Bianca versus the Kabuki Warriors.
Florida just tied this game up.
And it was a really bad match that happened earlier this year. I kind of just lost interest. And also I miss Asuka. Not
to sound sexist or anything, the women's tag straps are fucking stupid.
The women's tag division in WWE unfortunately doesn't mean anything to them, because they already don't take women's wrestling serious to begin with, and they don't take tag team wrestling serious to begin with. So to put the two things that they have the least interest in on their roster, it's
We're going to extra innings.
All right. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of names. We are going to talk about the AEW All In that we just finished watching.
I got a machine head.
And we're going to go through everything. Overall, before getting into this is a very solid pay-per-view.
It's better than last year's.
I don't know if it was really...
In my opinion.
Better than last
year's.
I'd have to look back through last year's to see what the fuck happened.
There were some good moments. There were some bad moments. It wasn't the worst AEW show. It still wasn't the best, but it's top 5 in my opinion. It was pretty good. We'll get to that, though, why I think it was top 5.
All right. We're starting off with the... It just sounds ridiculous saying. The 16-man tag team match.
There were so many people in this fucking match.
That happened on the pre-show. So we're starting with the pre-show. Do I name off all these people?
Yeah, let them fucking know who was in this goddamn match. I don't even remember.
Tommy Billington, Kip Sabian, Rocky Romero, Kyle Fletcher, Leo Rush, Action Andretti, Top Flight, which is Darius Martin and Dante Martin, with Don Callis because of Kyle Fletcher, defeated Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, Anthony Ogogo, Ari Daivari, Private Party, which is Zay and Quen, and the Dark Order's John Silver and Alex Reynolds with Evil Uno and Sanjay Dutt by pinfall. It was a match.
So many fucking people.
11 minutes, 35 seconds.
I'm happy Dynamite Kid got to perform in Wembley. And
Yeah.
So did Kip.
Yeah, it was
many
good.
fucking people.
It was a fun match, though. Like, it wasn't like, you know, there was a couple things in there that was just like, oh, you know, this is a little whatever. But it was fun. It was a fun pre-show match. You know, it got people invested, so is what it is.
We need to get people on the card.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know about that. Okay.
What?
I'll read it in a second.
Oh, okay.
Next match on the card for the pre-show was a mixed tag team match of Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii defeating Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway by pinfall. Interesting note, since Nightingale and Ishii won, they can choose the stipulation of the CMLL Women's Championship match between Nightingale and Statlander at All Out.
I didn't even know that they were having a match at All Out.
I didn't know either. I don't know if that was announced,
Me
but
either.
Wikipedia says it. So, that's an interesting piece of information. Here to hear first, folks. That's something that's gonna happen. This match was fine. It was mainly Willow and Statlander going at it.
Thank God.
Fucking Stokely fucking got a little bit on Ishii, though.
He had a spine buster.
He had a fucking spine buster on Ishii.
Ishii is the worst wrestler in the world.
He didn't do much, though, in the match, which was fine.
Ishii is fucking god-awful. If
was-
anyone likes Ishii, please fix your eyes.
He was kind of just in this match to do silly stuff with Stokely.
Ishii
That's
sucks.
really all he did.
I hate Ishii. I hope Bryce sends me a clip of me burying Ishii. He sucks. He looks like Jacob Yeager. He walks like Jacob Yeager. And they call him the Stone Pitbull because he looks fucking stoned. He's garbage. I hate him. End of fucking burial.
Okay.
Stokely looked cool in the Michael Jackson getup.
Anyway, moving on, since I'm not going to continue talking about this with you. We're getting into the last match of the pre-show, which was a 10-man tag team match.
Jesus. They had a 16-man and then a 10-man and a mixed tag. What the fuck?
We love tag teams here. Oh, by the way, Stokely and Stat and Willow and Ishii went 8 minutes and 10 seconds.
I don't give a fuck how long they went.
I don't care. I'm reading the times. I am the host.
Don't yell at me.
Stop being a dick.
Ishii
Anyway.
sucks.
Anyway, the Von Erichs,
Happy for them.
Sammy Guevara,
Fuck him.
Shibata,
Cool.
and Dustin Rhodes,
Happy for him.
with Kevin Von Erich,
Happy for him. With
defeated
his flip-flops.
Matt Taven and Mike Bennett of Undisputed Kingdom, and Cage of Agony, which is Brian Cage, Bishop Khan, and
Gay in agony.
Toa Leona, in 11 minutes and 10 seconds. I didn't really pay too much attention to this match. I'm gonna be so for real. It was fine from what I saw. And I just think it's funny that Brian Cage and Sammy Guevara are literally pulled up in the same fit.
Sammy made sense wearing it.
Yeah, because Dustin was dressed up as...
Deadpool, and it was Deadpool and Wolverine, but then Brian Cage is out here like, I'm fucking generic as fuck, and I'm Wolverine.
Well, he's been known as Swolverine for a hot minute now. And I mean...
Sammy looks dumb with the fucking man bun.
The Deadpool and Wolverine movie did literally just come out, so... He was probably like, oh my god, Wolverine, I love Wolverine, a new Wolverine movie. I'm going to dress up as Wolverine for All In. And then he walked in. Because I'm personally going to say, as a certified Brian Cage hater here, that Brian Cage, it was like a normal person in this. And just walked in like super excited about his new outfit. And he was like, oh my gosh, guys, I'm so excited. Wolverine, yay, I'm so happy. And then douchebag Sammy Guevara walks by in his fucking Wolverine outfit. And he's just like, man, what the fuck? No, I'm the Wolverine. So, like, I kind of feel bad for Brian Cage. I feel like Brian Cage had this idea first. Because I firmly believe... I mean, Sammy Guevara is a nerd. I don't know how much of a comic book nerd Sammy Guevara is. I know he's an anime nerd. But it's very clear Brian Cage is a comic nerd. So I think this man had this planned out. And then Sammy Guevara's just like, oh yeah, that new movie came out, Dustin. Want to do Deadpool and Wolverine? Poor Brian Cage. I think Brian Cage's fit looked better
I'm happy.
than Sammy's, frankly.
I'm happy Kevin Von Erich with his fucking flip-flops on. Shit.
Yeah, right?
Did the Iron Claw. What a move.
That was a cool way to end the... Well, it didn't really end the pre-show, because the pre-show, we started getting the entrances for the next match.
They had the House of Black's entrance in broad daylight.
Oh,
it was like when they had WrestleMania in California a few years ago. 31. It was WrestleMania 31. They had Sting's entrance in broad daylight, Undertaker's entrance in broad daylight, and Bray Wyatt's entrance in broad daylight.
Yeah, you have to keep up with the theme.
What the fuck?
Anyway, moving on. I mean, what did you think of this match?
The 10-man?
Yes.
Whatever. The right team won. Babyfaces won.
Okay.
I'm happy for the Von Erichs and Dustin.
So, we're going to get into the 4-way London ladder match for the AEW World Trios Championships. This is now the main card.
The short ladder match.
The short ladder match, because all the ladders were so fucking short. I don't know why, but they were so fucking short. With a very surprising win of Pac and Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta defeating Christian Cage, Killswitch, and Nick Wayne, Juice Robinson, Austin Gunn, and Colton Gunn, and Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews.
Yeah.
I'm surprised of anyone winning this. It was the kind of thrown together team.
Tony Khan said, fuck the Lucha Bros. I'm not adding injury time to their contracts. I'm just gonna fucking pair up their partner with these guys.
Pac really is just now the stand-in John Moxley.
Literally.
This match was good, though. I mean, it wasn't like the best ladder match I've ever seen in my entire life. There were some weird spots, some weird things that had happened in this match.
Yeah, it was
It was fine. I wouldn't say it was a bad match.
I mean, no one did anything dumb to really get hurt.
Yeah.
So, Christian Cage just smacked his head off the fucking table.
Yeah,
At one point.
Oh my goodness.
But he was fine.
Bless me, I'm so sorry.
God.
But yeah, no, the match was fine. It was good. I don't really have too many complaints about it. I don't really have too many praises about it. But just very weird win. Very weird upset. 18 minutes, 56 seconds.
Yeah, average ladder match length.
Moving on to the singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship. Mariah May defeated Timeless Toni Storm via pinfall.
This is arguably, and I say arguably because we'll get into it, match of the night. Like this or...
Such a good fucking match.
This match or another match that we'll talk about later. Match of the night. This match was really good. Honestly, my favorite women's match in AEW history to this point. Really fucking good.
Yeah.
Great storytelling. Right person won. Yeah. Everything about it was good.
No, really, 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 really fucking good match. Lot of good storytelling in this match, too. Like, obviously, like, you know, Toni Storm with the heel, like, going to hit Mariah, but, like, she couldn't bring herself to do it.
Mariah May slapped her own mother.
Yeah, and this entire time, like, Toni Storm's been going up to Mariah, like, I'm gonna kill you, you're gonna have to kill me, I hate you, blah, 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 blah. But then, like, when the time actually came, Toni Storm couldn't pull the trigger.
Yeah.
And that's fucking wild to me.
Mm-hmm.
Again, really good match. Really good match, but the storytelling in this match was absolutely fucking phenomenal. And I'm kind of wondering, like, what Toni Storm's going to do now.
I was about to say, it's interesting of what happens next.
Because, like, does she just go more clinically insane?
Probably.
Does she snap out of it? What happens? I don't know.
She got a standing ovation at the end of the match.
She did.
Which is crazy.
Oh! Hold on. Let me backtrack. We didn't talk about something because it wasn't on here. Jamie Hayter returned.
Oh yeah, Jamie Hayter returned.
It wasn't on, and I'm like, wait a minute.
I totally forgot about that.
Something happened that everybody else was freaking out about before this. What was it? Jamie Hayter returned because it wasn't on here. So we're gonna backtrack a little bit, super quick.
They had it on the pre-show.
It was I think after the 10-man tag match before the entrances. Saraya came out because she's a fucking attention hog.
With her whole family minus Rodent Racky,
yeah,
which is very funny.
The whole fucking family.
Because if Rodent Racky showed up at Wembley, they'd probably riot.
Yeah. And she's coming out bitching about how she deserves to be on the show, yada, 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 whatever. Bitch, you're on the free part of the show, shut up. And then the rave music hits.
I'm so happy.
Cheers erupt. The tears fall. Jamie Hayter as a ginger.
And that's Lyssie just talking about me.
Yeah. Jamie Hayter as a ginger emerges from the back. She looks beautiful, by the way.
I was so happy.
And everyone rejoiced. The world is at peace. There is no more war.
War is over.
Everything is right in the world. Jamie Hayter has returned. And I'm very excited.
Man, I get to sing another Beatles song later on in this episode.
Granted, she is coming back and probably feuding with Saraya.
Well, she is taking out... She's going after the people that injured her.
I understand the story. I get it. So it sucks that the first one she's going after is Saraya, but at least the first one she's going after is Saraya, so we can just get it out of the way.
My only criticism about this, why on the pre-show?
Well...
They should have, honestly, like, even though it is Saraya, they should have just had this segment on the show.
Here's the thing, right? Why would she come out? Because the only other person that would make enough sense, but I'll get to both of the matches in a second, so just let me talk. Toni Storm, who was a part of the Outcast, sure, she could have come out and cost Toni Storm the title. Why would she do that when the story with Mariah and Toni is already so solid?
They want Jamie to be a babyface.
Hold on. Why would she do that when the story with Mariah and Toni Storm is already so good? It doesn't need interference. It wouldn't make sense for an interference. And if we go later on in the show with where the fuck is it? Mercedes and Britt Baker, right? You could say...
Well, I told you about that.
Yes, and I'm getting there. That's what I'm talking about. You could say Jamie Hayter could have come out to help Britt. Or to cost Britt. Either way. But if Jamie Hayter's full point of coming back is to take out the people that took her out, taking out Britt's not going to do anything for her. Helping Britt, which we'll get into later, would be pointless. And also, allegedly, they had a falling out.
Yes.
So she's not going to come out for Britt. So, in the two women's matches that were on the main card, realistically speaking, it's nonsensical.
No, I'm just saying they should have just had the segment on the regular show.
I mean, I get that, sure.
Not on the pre-show. Like, they could have, like, just put the segment randomly in between matches.
Yeah, I guess. I get it.
Which would have sucked either way, but, like, because they had a nice flow the whole time. But, like, just why on the pre-show?
Well, you know what? It's free. So that way everyone could see it. If you couldn't afford to get the pay-per-view, you could at least see Jamie Hayter's return.
It's been too goddamn long.
Way too long. Over 400 days. But anyway, let's go back to Toni Storm and Mariah May. I was actually thinking about this during the match. Toni Storm's gimmick is great. And I'm not going to criticize it. I don't think there's anything to criticize. And a lot of the people that don't like it have no taste. But I wonder how Toni Storm gets out of this gimmick. Because, like, she is just more so falling into insanity. And eventually, people are going to get tired of gimmicks. People are going to be like, okay, we're over this. We want to change. Eventually, you have to reinvent yourself.
She goes away for a little bit.
So I was thinking, what if, and I don't know, I don't think that Toni Storm should get rid of this gimmick, like, right now. But I'm wondering if, like, what if, like,
no,
Mariah...
there's a lot of miles on this gimmick.
Yes. But what I'm saying is, what if, like, Mariah May drives her so much into the brink of insanity that she ends up getting put into, like, a fucking institution or something, and then she just comes back normal?
That'd be wild.
Like, that's the only way that I could think about this, right? Like, maybe not necessarily specifically with, like, Mariah May, but, like, something happens.
They film vignettes of her.
Like, in a fucking asylum.
In a straitjacket, just
like,
losing shit.
I think, realistically, the way for Toni Storm to get out of this gimmick is she has to reach such a point of insanity that she gets, like, admitted.
Yeah.
Like, that, and that's it. And then she just comes back normal.
80s rocker Toni Storm.
Or maybe not even that. Maybe, like, a whole new version of insane. You know what I mean?
She's...
Didn't that happen to Alexa Bliss? Yeah, isn't that the Alexa Bliss story?
I hate to use this comparison because of what it is, but Strangeland. When Dr. Howdy gets admitted and shit like that, and then he's like air quotations normal, but he's like still fucked up underneath.
Yeah, like, okay, I guess this is kind of like in my thought process, like the Alexa Bliss thing where she had these supernatural powers, and they're like, well, she went to therapy. She's fine.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not how that works. But yeah, no, I just think that, I don't know. Very curious to see how this plays out in the next couple of years. But yeah, I would say one of the best matches on the card. I don't know if I said the time. If I did, I'm saying it twice. 15 minutes and 16 seconds. Moving on to the last chance for the FTW Championship between Hook and Chris Jericho. Hook defeated Chris Jericho with Big Bill and Brian Keith by submission. If Hook had lost, he would have never been able to challenge for the title again as long as Jericho was champion. 10 minutes and 12 seconds. This match was...
It was the second worst match of the night.
They had funny spots, and I'll give them that.
There is a worse one.
The only saving grace of this was Taz.
Yeah.
Because Taz
put the Hanja May, the Taz mission, on Brian Keith.
Yep.
And Hook
had
choked out Jericho.
Yep.
Jericho can't sing.
Nope. We've been known that.
Fozzy
of course
got
Jericho
to
has
perform
to
at
come
Wembley
out
again.
Yeah.
He said, I am the learning tree.
Fucking stupid.
You were laughing.
Fucking hate him. Yeah, no, this match wasn't great. But Hook got his belt back, which is all that matters, and Taz interfered. I don't want to say interfered because it's an FTW match, but like Taz got involved in the match.
There was a lot of shenanigans.
They hugged. There was picket balls.
Cricket
balls, not picket balls. There was cricket balls. Yeah, that's that. Moving on to Princesses. Three-way tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. The Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, defeated FTR, Cash Wheeler, Dax Hardwood, and the Acclaimed Anthony Bowens and Max Caster with Daddy-Ass Billy Gunn by pinfall in 13 minutes and 32 seconds.
Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. We thank you for coming to the show. That's how much I'm gonna sing so I don't get sued by Paul McCartney. The Young Bucks dressed up as the Beatles, which was cool, not gonna lie. I never thought about doing Beatles gear, so that's actually pretty fucking cool. This match was whatever, in my opinion. This was literally just Young Bucks getting their win back over FTR because FTR took the fall. I don't know what goes on from here, to be honest with you, and honestly, I really don't care at this point. I don't know why the Acclaimed were in this match. It's whatever. The tag team division is kind of...
We know...
the tag team division's kind of undead on arrival until what happened after this match, which was also really cool. I'm actually really excited for it, and I want to see this three-way more, and that's the Grizzled Young Bucks came out. They attacked...
FTR.
They looked like they were going to attack the Young Bucks, but then they attacked FTR, and then they stared down the Young Bucks. And I want to see FTR versus Grizzled Young Vets. I want to see Young Bucks versus Grizzled Young Vets.
That is quite literally what's happening next.
And I also want to see Young Bucks versus FTR versus Grizzled Young Vets.
That is quite literally what's happening next.
So we better be getting that. Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
This wasn't my favorite Young Bucks match, frankly. It was a good match, though. Like, it was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. It wasn't bad. It was just a solid three-way match. I don't think the Acclaimed really needed to be in it. It should have just been FTR and the Bucks, but we are here where we are. And Grizzled Young Vets versus the Bucks is exactly what's going to be happening next. Because, they're here to put the tag division on notice, yada, yada, yada. It's on site for every single last person. So, yeah, that's going to be a good match. That'll be interesting. Again, the main thing that's going to be going on with the Bucks is Coda and Kenny. That's clear as fucking day. Just whenever Kenny's able to come back.
We all live in a yellow summer.
Okay, can you stop? Can you stop?
Help!
Can you stop?
I need somebody help!
Can you stop?
Imagine all the people.
Can we move on with this?
Yeah. Octopus guard.
This is the most ridiculous fucking bullshit I've ever heard in my entire goddamn fucking life.
What?
The Casino Gauntlet match for the future AEW World Championship match, which is on a cash-in basis. You can cash in at any given point that you want.
Does it give you all the people that were in it?
Yes.
Okay.
And let me fucking read these names to you and then tell you who won.
Yeah, this is insane.
Okay, so we're not gonna necessarily go in order here, okay?
Oh, you could go in order. I looked it up earlier. No, stop. Well, I thought it was here.
It's right in front of my face, Dylan. It's literally right here.
Down there they had the order of the people.
Yeah, this is in order of people who came out.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm saying is I'm not going in order as it's written because it will say who won at the top.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Orange Cassidy, Kazuchika Okada, Nigel McGuinness.
We'll get to that.
Kyle O'Reilly, Zack Sabre Jr., Roderick Strong, Mark Briscoe, Hangman, Adam Page, Jeff Jarrett, Ricochet, Killswitch, and Christian Cage were all in this match. Do you know who won?
Listen, who won?
Do you want to know who fucking won this match?
Who won this?
Christian Cage. You're going to sit here and tell me.
Which I was wrong about my prediction of everything.
Hangman Adam Page didn't win this. You're going to tell me that.
You're going to... Wait, Hangman. Jeff Jarrett. Or fucking Nigel?
Hangman made the most sense.
Are you going to tell the people what I did when Nigel and Zack Sabre Jr. went at it?
No, I'm not.
How about you tell the people?
I'm not.
I got so hyped that I ripped off my shirt. My shirt was off for Nigel McGuinness versus Zack Sabre Jr. I was fucking...
But Dylan yells at me when I get excited about things.
You don't know Nigel's music. No one does. So we're sitting there. He's the third entrant. Is who started out? Orange and
Okada.
Orange and Okada. Orange Cassidy and Kazuchika Okada started this match. The bell rings. They go for a little bit. Nigel McGuinness
just shows up.
He was just on commentary like an hour ago. Got kissed by Mariah May. Revived his whole career. Yeah. Came out of retirement. Comes out looking fucking pretty in good shape. People go crazy. He gets in the ring. And he does things.
I think it's just insane that he finally got to wrestle again.
And then, yeah, I was very happy. And then Zack Sabre Jr., who just won the fucking G1, shows up. Him and Nigel go at it. My nipples were hard.
Okay, that's too much information.
Then Ricochet showed up, which we were expecting.
Yeah, we knew that was happening.
We were expecting, and it was cool, and I'm happy to see what happens.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for Ricochet.
Christian Cage shows up, barely does a damn thing. Killswitch shows up, looks like he's about to turn on Christian Cage. They just lost the trios titles.
Yeah, Christian pulling double duty.
Yeah, what
the fuck?
And then Christian Jeff Jarrett hit Hangman with the guitar. Hangman almost put his hands on Karen Jarrett. That was
he did.
Oh yeah, he did.
He goozled her.
Big no.
Dylan looks at me and goes, "You're gonna cheer for this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's Karen Jarrett, dude. It's fine. She's fine. She's
unbelievable.
She has been
dealt
with worse.
You sick fuck.
Hasn't Jeff Jarrett hit her with guitars before?
Probably.
Yeah,
I think
fine.
so.
It's fine.
Jeff Jarrett didn't win. Unbelievable. But then fucking Christian Cage wins. Yeah.
For why?
Because why not? And then I made a prediction, which I was wrong about. We'll get into later on. But I said, well, I kind of took what Lyssie has been saying into consideration of Swerve's going to pay for all of his sins. There's Christian Cage because he beat up his son, Nick Wayne, months ago. Well, I was fucking wrong. So interesting to see what happens from here.
Well, good way to spoil the ending.
Oh, but if you watched All In, you fucking know.
So yeah, very, very interesting choice out of all of these people to win. I mean, exciting enough though, because again, Christian's been on the run of his life.
Yeah.
So I'm
it's just random.
I'm not complaining to be duh, but I want it to be Hangman personally. But it'll be exciting to see what Christian does. 26 minutes even. 26 minutes even.
Yeah, there was quite a few people on this.
Moving on to singles match for the AEW American, but now known as International Championship. Will Ospreay defeating MJF by pinfall.
This was a really good match. Will Ospreay hit the Tiger Driver. MJF got a lot of heat. People loved Ospreay. And the ending was cool when Bryce went to go hand them the American title, and Ospreay said, "No, mate, I ain't touching that wanker shit." And then he got the international title.
Will Ospreay's entrance was really cool because there's a new Assassin's Creed game coming out, and I guess the best way to put it is it was sponsored.
I get, yeah.
By Assassin's Creed. which is super fucking cool because if somehow you have no fucking idea and don't know that Will Ospreay is a huge Assassin's Creed fan,
I would have never guessed.
it was just super cool. I'm like, that's like just a nerd's dream right there, and I'm so happy for him about that. MJF looked fucking ridiculous.
He did.
Fucking ridiculous. I'm very curious to see where MJF goes from here now, frankly. I mean, it's probably just gonna be him and Danny. Oh, Danny returned during this match. Danny Garcia.
Oh yeah, Daniel Garcia came out.
Yeah, Daniel Garcia came out.
So he resigned.
He resigned, so it's probably gonna be MJF and Daniel Garcia, going at it, and then eventually we'll probably get Danny and Ospreay going back and forth.
Probably.
But it's probably gonna be MJF first. So that's good. I'm glad Daniel Garcia resigned. I'm glad Ospreay won. This match was fucking phenomenal. This match was great. I mean, I wasn't expecting anything less from them from their first match. And I'm glad to see that Ospreay got to the Tiger Driver in his home country.
Yeah.
Moving on. Singles match for the AEW TBS Championship.
This was the worst match of the night.
Oh, Ospreay and MJF, 25 minutes and 45 seconds. Mercedes Moné defeated Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, by pinfall.
This was the worst match of the night.
This match...
This match was garbage.
I had expectations for... I didn't have high expectations for anymore after seeing their, like, in-ring stuff, but I still had some decent expectations for. And this was just a really slow fucking match, and honestly, it felt like neither of these two wanted to wrestle this match. Like it didn't feel like I don't like you and we're wrestling and I don't like you. It felt like I don't like you and I don't want to do this match with you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about it felt weird and felt off. I wasn't really the biggest fan, which I said to Dylan, I was like, Britt Baker is making Mercedes look bad. Like, Mercedes is a solid wrestler. Like, I don't give a fuck about her promo ability, anything else, the fucking, speculation drama of her selling out, just going for money, whatever. I don't care about that. At the end of the day, in ring, Mercedes is a good wrestler. And Britt Baker just made her look like fucking shit. Like, I don't know what it was, because Mercedes moves at like a pretty decent speed. And like, it just felt like this match was super slowed down. And obviously that's not going to pander well to somebody who wrestles at a quicker speed. So it just kind of made things look sloppy and not as, like, effective or this, that, and the other thing. Like, there was, like, weak knees and shit being thrown. And I'm like, this match just doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look good. So, and Britt Baker's, like, a decent wrestler, too. So, like, I don't know. I really had higher hopes for this match. I really thought that they were going to, like, beat the shit out of each other. But no, this was just kind of sloppy and boring and bland. It went 17 minutes and 25 seconds.
Yeah.
So it did go on for pretty long. We were saying we thought it felt like it was taking forever. And it did take forever. Interesting to see where Mercedes goes from here in the TBS venture. Interesting to see what Britt Baker does from here. I don't know.
I really don't care.
Moving on to what I think, actually, nope, it was the second shortest match on the card. On the main card, I should say. To the second shortest match, which to me was a crime. I don't know why this match was so short. Actually, not to sound like a dick, I feel like Mercedes and Britt Baker was actually probably supposed to go less time. And it cut into this match. But Jack Perry defeated Darby Allin in a coffin match for the AEW TNT Championship in 10 minutes and 27 seconds.
It was the right time length. It was good. It was a brawl. It was a coffin match. There was a body bag.
I was expecting 5 more minutes at least on the time.
Darby had thumbtacks in his face. There was real glass. There was CM Punk chants, fuck CM Punk chants, Cry Me a River chants everywhere. Yeah, kind of expected. It wasn't bad. It was good. Well, Sting appeared.
And Jack Perry handed Darby his first loss in a coffin match.
Yes. And Sting appeared.
Which is insane and wild. Jack Perry was also the first person to beat Hook, right?
And Sting appeared.
We'll get there. I want to talk about this match.
Sting appeared.
Yes, he did. Okay, we'll talk about that. I was expecting this to go about 15 minutes, so I was like, that was kind of a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be, which was fine, whatever. I mean, it was a good match. They did just beat the fucking piss out of each other. Fucking Jack taped Darby's hands together and tied his legs together with his own belt, put him in a body bag, drug him in the body bag to the coffin, tossed him in the coffin, spit on him, and then closed that lid, and then posed like a French girl, like painted like one of your French women, on top of the fucking casket, which was ridiculous.
And then they tried setting Darby on fire.
Yes, the Bucks came out, tried to set Darby on fire, the lights hit, Metallica plays.
Searching! Seek and destroy!
Sting emerges with a bat from the back because even though he's retired, he's still a father, goddammit, and he has father duties. So he came out to save his son. He Scorpion death dropped fucking the Bucks. Jack hit him with the chair and then ran out of the ring like a little bitch because he is a little bitch. All in all, this was a good match. This was a fun match. This was the match I was looking forward to the most, honestly, out of the entire card. Because I personally think that Jack Perry and Darby Allin are a match made in heaven together. And I could watch matches of them all day, every day, and not get sick of it. Because they're both sadistic fucks. Darby had thumbtacks glued to his face. And
I said that.
Yeah, and I think it was funny because, like, not even, like, 5 minutes into the match, like, Jack slaps Darby in the face twice. He makes the mistake twice in quick succession. Slaps Darby in the face, and you can see him go, ow, and then does it again and goes, ow. But yeah, no, London doesn't know what they're doing because Jack pulled out a bag that had broken glass in it, dumped it out, and literally standing ovation for dumping out the glass. There was Cry Me a River chants and fuck CM Punk chants, and then literally like 2 minutes later, they're up on the ramp, and then people are chanting CM Punk at Jack.
And they were chanting CM Punk at the Bucks in their match.
Yeah, so like...
London's dumb as fuck.
Yeah, but overall, good fun match. I'm excited to see what Darby and Jack have in store next, because...
Well, they need a real glass match.
Darby's going to the world title picture.
Yes.
So we'll talk about that.
He beats Bryan Danielson. Sorry to spoil it, but he beats him. Christian cashes in on him.
See that? And then that leads for Darby and Christian at Wrestle Dream.
And it comes full circle. Like last time.
But I wonder what Jack's gonna do. Wonder what that little bitch is gonna do next, so...
Whatever the Elite's doing.
Well, whatever the Elite's doing, but obviously he's kind of in on his own venture. So, because Okada's feuding with BCC, seemingly. The Bucks are probably feuding with Grizzled Young Vets. And Jack? We'll see. I don't know. Let Coda show up before Kenny. Because Jack took out Kenny. So let Coda show up. I want to see something.
Look at the kitty.
Yes, he's cute. All right, let's move on to the main event because clearly you don't want to talk about Jack Perry anymore, and it upsets me. Yeah, because Dylan already fucking spoiled it 10,000 times already in this podcast.
Because I'm happy.
Bryan Danielson defeated Swerve Strickland by submission, 25 minutes, 58 seconds. Can you stop singing?
Countdown.
This is the first time that Swerve lost via submission in AEW.
Bryan Danielson is the AEW World Champion. He did it. He finished his story.
Mm-hmm.
This politician, motherfucking Booker man, put himself over. I can't believe it. No, I'm happy for him. About time. This match literally had me like... I was laying down watching it, but on the edge of my seat. Mm-hmm. I was nervous. Lyssie was sweating.
I was.
Lyssie was like, feel this, I'm sweating. When Bryan Danielson made his entrance, I legit had goosebumps. And it was after I jokingly did the Rock slap the arm thing about Goosebumps. And Florida's about to win the Little League World Series, and they just did. On the first pitch handed to them. Wow, that's fucking insane. They won off of a bunt in the 8th inning. That was actually kind of crazy. Congratulations, Florida.
Are they like the champions?
Yeah, they're the Little League World Series champions. They won this whole tournament. They went in the extra innings, and then they went to the 8th inning. So after you get to when you get the 8th inning, you need to have a runner on second base automatically. The kid bunted just to try to get the first or try to advance the runner to third. So the kid bunted, and the pitcher picked up the ball. This kid was fast as fuck, and he threw it, but he overthrew it first base, so it went out into the outfield, and the runner from second scored. And that's all they needed to do was win. And they were down 1-0 the whole game. China scored in the first inning. So Florida just finished their story.
Well, I feel bad because a bunch of kids are crying now. So.
Oh yeah, this is the funniest thing about the Little League World Series when the kids start crying.
Oh, funny. Poor kids.
It's just a game.
They're crying on national television. It's following them for the rest of their life. Okay, no. Jesus fucking Christ, have a heart.
Like Bryan Danielson?
Yeah, can we go back to talking about Bryan Danielson? I don't care about baseball.
He faked a seizure in front of his kids.
He didn't fake a seizure.
He
faked a neck injury and he started bleeding.
Yeah, in front of his kids. This man is sick as fuck.
Yeah, he loves traumatizing children. That's frankly his forte.
His fucking kids were crying on TV.
Yeah, and I'll follow them for the rest of their life.
Yeah, have some fucking heart.
I do have some heart. Bryan Danielson won.
Baby, I don't have the heart. I looked at your Dolly Parton shit.
Okay, can we talk about this match?
Working 9 to 5.
Can we talk about this match?
This match was really good.
Yes.
It was really good. Bryan Danielson won.
I think one of Swerve's best matches.
It was probably, arguably, this was the other match I said arguably can be match of the night. This or Tony Storm and Mariah May. This match was good. Had me on the edge of the seat. Bryan Danielson won. He's the AEW champion. Bryan not gonna hold it for like super long.
No. But, at the longest he is holding this is Wrestle Dream.
Yeah.
That is the extent. If he is still champion by Wrestle Dream, he's dropping it at Wrestle Dream, and that is when he's retiring.
What if he just loses it Wednesday night?
Oh, that's so possible, and that's so Bryan Danielson. Honestly.
He doesn't even lose it in a match. He loses it like giving a speech.
Yeah.
And Christian Cage
cashes in. But yeah, no, I think this is one of Swerve's best matches, honestly, to date. It was just brutal.
Yo, the coach is hyped as fuck for his kids.
And again, the storytelling in this match was absolutely phenomenal. Like Bryan, reaching to his family, telling his family that he loves them.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was
absolutely, and
great.
it did have me a couple times. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I'm wishful thinking and thinking that Danielson's gonna win.
Yeah.
I'm really just sitting here wanting him to win. It's not actually gonna happen. This is really the end. This is it. Yeah. And then he was like, fuck you guys, I'm champion.
There was a few times Swerve would hit the house call or the big pressure, and I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
This is it.
This is the final of Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, I was like, that's it.
And then Bryan Danielson was like, ha, bitch, I lived.
Literally. Fucking insanity, bro. Insanity.
I can't wait for Dynamite on Wednesday to hear Bryan Danielson's first speech as AEW champion.
I fucking did it.
You think he's gonna say the fuck word?
Probably. These kids are taking a victory lap.
That's cool. Anyway, overall thoughts on the pay-per-view.
It was good. It was
Star
good.
ranking?
Out of the whole pay-per-view, 3.5 stars.
Okay, that's fair. I would probably give it about 3.5 stars. Maybe 3 and 3/4.
That's fair.
I do just wish that the Jack and Darby match went a little longer. I get it, but man, these two are vicious at each other. I wanted them to really, Darby set him on fire. They just wanted a little bit of extra. Bit of extra with that.
We'll have the Human Inferno match next week or some shit.
Probably. I would say highest points, Danielson Swerve, Jack and Darbs, Osprey, MJF, Mariah May, Tony Storm, Jamie Hayter returning, Danny, Ricochet showing up, Nigel showing up. I would say those are like the highest high points. Lowest low points, Mercedes and Britt, Hook and Jericho. Although I'll say a high point was Taz.
Yeah.
Taz was a high point, but that whole match in itself was just very low point. Again, the pre-show was fine. I don't really have much to say too much about the pre-show. And then everything else was just kind of like in the middle for me. So like why did that happen? Well,
I mean, we were done talking about it.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Everything else just kind of fell in the middle. Wasn't terrible. Wasn't like the greatest thing since sliced bread, which is saying a lot because, again, the Young Bucks match was just fine for me. Like, it wasn't my favorite Young Bucks match. It wasn't like a terrible match. It was it was all right.
Yeah.
I guess that brings us into Wrestler of the Week.
Yeah.
Which
That's your pick.
I'm not too sure still.
Yeah.
I had a couple people in my brain that I thought about maybe talking about. So, you know what? Let's talk about Pac.
Okay.
Let's talk about Pac.
That's cool.
Just because, like, he's the new Jon Moxley.
He's a stand-in Jon Moxley.
He's a stand-in Jon Moxley right now. I don't know what he's doing. He was mad at Blackpool Combat Club, like, last year or something.
Yeah.
And now they're friends again, so I don't know how that works, but we're here. You can ask me, like, some stuff about him, I guess. I don't really know.
What do you like about Pac?
I like that he's clinically insane. And, like, he just shows up to beat the shit out of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's all... Like, he's not very, like... He's not always in AEW. You know what I mean?
That is
because he goes back and forth a lot from overseas in AEW. But when he does show up at AEW, he's like, I'm here to be angry and wreck shit. And then just is angry and wreck shit.
Yeah.
And also, like, I didn't watch him in WWE. I don't think I was watching WWE when he was Neville.
Ghost is making sure TV's alive.
Or he's just bothering him.
I think he's making sure he's alive. Oh, he's tapping him.
Ghost, what are you doing to your brother?
Oh,
no, he's bothering him. He wants him to move.
Didi, don't give in to his bullshit. Aw.
He wants him to move because he wants that spot. I guarantee you.
Ghost, what was the problem with this spot? Fucking asshole.
Guarantee you he's going down there to lay down.
What a dick.
What is your problem, dude?
What a dick. He was laying here the whole time.
He doesn't want Didi to ever be at peace.
Nope, not allowed. Our cats always fight each other.
Man, Ghost, you're so mean. But yeah, I wasn't really aware of Neville forever. So when I was first introduced to Pac, it was Pac. I think, what was it? The first match I ever saw with Pac was it Kenny and Orange?
Yeah.
It was Kenny and Orange Cassidy. Double or Nothing.
Kenny Orange Cassidy. It was Double or Nothing. Yes.
Double or Nothing 2021. 2021. Yeah, 2021.
The one after the pandemic.
Yeah. That was a fucking wild match. And I was like, I like all of these fucks. These guys are great. This shit's wild. So yeah, that was like my first introduction to Pac. Since then, I don't really know if I have a favorite Pac match, because it's just kind of one of those things where, like, whenever Pac's in AEW and I'm watching him in AEW, I'm seated. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here for it.
Pac is the guy that Gravity forgot.
He is. Although his match with Gravity was something.
Yeah, that was something.
It sure was something.
That was something.
I just like how he's little. He's this little buff dude.
Always in gear.
Always in gear.
That's all he wears.
And anytime I've ever seen him out of gear, it's gives me whiplash.
His stuff as Neville was good. He just got pinpointed in that cruiserweight division. His stuff on the indies when he was Pac before AEW was also good. and great. Pac's been like underrated in my opinion, like his whole career, and still is underrated. He's a 2-time trios champion now.
Which is just fucking insane.
Which crazy.
Actually insane, the fact that he is now a trios champion with Claudio and Yuta.
Yeah, that's crazy. He's an honorary member of Blackpool Combat Club.
Weird as fuck, man. Huh. What do you got? Like any other thoughts, questions about Pac?
Oh man. To be honest, I really can't think of any. What do you like about Pac? Did I already ask you that?
Yeah, it's like I like that he's just angry all the time and he just shows up and beats the shit out of people. He's clinically insane.
Do you have like a favorite match?
I just said I don't think I have a favorite match.
You don't have a favorite match?
Because anytime Pac's on, I'm just sitting here and watching it and I'm excited about it. Honestly, honestly, because it is so focal in my brain of a match, the one of him and Orange and Kenny.
Him versus Okada was good.
Oh yeah, him versus Okada was fucking great. I forgot about that. Bang bang.
The bastard. Yeah, I really can't think of anything else. Zach Wilson's on TV.
Yeah, sure. Zach Wilson.
Yeah, the Jets guy, the MILF guy.
Why is he on TV?
He's a Broncos quarterback now.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
He's not the Jets anymore. He's a Broncos quarterback. He's not going to be starting, though. He's going to be a backup.
So who's their starter?
Bo Nix. He's a rookie. He used to play in Oregon.
For the Jets?
No, Bo Nix came from Oregon. The college.
Yes.
The Ducks.
Yes.
And now he is the starting quarterback for the Broncos.
Oh, right. Aaron Rodgers is back.
Aaron Rodgers is on
back.
the Jets.
I'm talking about who's the quarterback for the Jets. Yeah, Aaron
okay.
Rodgers is back. Who's their backup then?
This podcast is about football now.
Because, like, I mean, I don't like Zach Wilson. I think he was terrible.
New York Jets.
Damn, man, your poor dad.
No, you got Bo Nix. It's cool.
Yeah, but if something happens.
Bo Nix is good. I believe in Bo. You got to Bo leave in Bo.
Is that what he says?
People are saying you got to Bo leave.
That's the thing?
That's the thing.
Football's weird. Unnecessary roughness on Arizona.
Alright, stop being weird, Lyssie.
I'm just saying, it's such a weird fucking flag. Unnecessary roughness.
Adrian Martinez. I don't know if he's like the backup or the third string. We got Aaron Rodgers, that's the starter. I'm just looking at their whole roster. They don't have it in like order. Oh no, Tyrod Taylor I think is their backup. So Tyrod Taylor.
Who's that?
Exactly.
Okay. Sure, why not? Well, anyway, I think that brings us to a close on this episode.
Closing time.
You've been singing way too much this fucking episode.
There's a lot of singing on this episode.
Anyway, I guess I'll take us out. So, thank you guys so much for watching and listening. If you enjoyed this podcast, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it out with your friends, family, uncles, parents, neighbors. If you're going back to school, share it with your teachers and your classmates. If there's a presentation about wrestling, feel free to clip us, but only make sure that you clip like the appropriate stuff if you're in school, because we don't need to be getting emails from high schools.
And also get your fucking shopping done so I can fucking shop in peace again. Because there are too many fucking people out doing back to school shopping. I went to just go look at, like, a couple of shoe stores to see what kind of hey dudes they had yesterday.
Because Dylan's an old man.
And every fucking shoe store I fucking went to, it was fucking busy as shit in there with kids fucking screaming, running. It was like a daycare. Because everyone's getting fucking new shoes because you gotta get these new fucking shoes. Fuck you.
Anyway. If you'd like, you could follow us on Instagram at Talkin Wrasslin Pod. That is TALKIN_WRASSLIN_POD. If you want to follow me on any of my social medias, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at the same handle, which is Lungtar. That is LUNG_TAR. And you can find me on TikTok, which is Lungbucks. That is LUNG_BUCKS. I keep saying it every week that I'll be posting more on TikTok, and I just haven't yet. Again, there's not a whole lot to talk about. Maybe I'll talk about some All In stuff tomorrow. I don't really know. We'll see how I'm feeling. And also I like to, do audio videos where, like, there's funny audios or whatever pertaining to wrestling. Twitter, I talk all about wrestling, and since it's football season, I talk about football as well. So I'll be posting some stuff about the Jaguars as their games happen. And Instagram, I don't post too much on my regular feed. I post mainly on my stories, but again, it's wrestling, tattoos, football, Orville Peck, Trixie Mattel, Post Malone,
Pink Pony Club.
Chapel Roan,
I'm
artwork.
gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club.
I post my artwork sometimes on Instagram and Twitter, more so on Twitter than anything. So if you're interested in seeing my artwork, you could also follow along at that. Dylan, where can people find you?
You can find me on the Instagram or the Twitter, now known as X, at Danny_line_Vallow_line. Yeah.
You didn't spell it. You just said it.
Oh yeah, I usually spell it, right?
You
Yeah.
said it.
DANI_line VALO_line. That's what it is. That's where you go to follow me. That's where you get to see whatever I'm doing. It's a whole lot of nothing because I'm a loser and I'm tired and I just don't care. I usually shit on Dave Meltzer, and now it's football season, so I talk about football a lot. And yeah. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, thanks guys so much for watching, and until next time, I must bid you adieu. Goodbye. Mwah. And good night.
Bye.